because a lot of us as entrepreneurs, people who are, in the grind, looking to achieve financial freedom, become a millionaire, whatever the goal is, we basically look at everything in our life and say, none of this, we're just focused on one thing, right? We
Mhm.
forget about relationships, we forget about hobbies, we forget about a lot of stuff. You
Oh
mentioned
yeah.
something that sounds like it's a hobby for you, which is stand up. Talk to me about that. When did you get into it? And then has that been like an outlet for creativity while you're also working? Like talk more about that because I think it's interesting. And also I think people need to hear this.
Yeah, so I hated audit so much in accounting that I would listen to Pandora stand up every single day. I did an open mic in 2021, 22, and I got more than one laugh, and I'm like, awesome. So I've always aspired and like listened to, I could tell you, I listen to stand up every day. I've been to more stand up shows than concerts by a landslide. But I just want to like, I've always loved comedy because it helps like deflect, but also it's just like making people laugh is just such a rush. It is the coolest thing in the world to make a room of like. There's funny when you're banter with the boys or your friends, but nothing like getting a room to laugh over like a crazy thing you said. Now I'd say cleaner than most. Like someone that came up to me was like, "Are you like a Bob Saget?" I'm like, "Whoa, no, that's so far." But like I like to say the dark thing because it's like unexpected, and then the twist, and it's so much fun. But it's just like an outlet. Like I'm literally my whole last, 10 years I've been doing spreadsheets, analyzing deals. But even now at 32, 2 years into my own venture, I've created like leverage and work is different, right? So if you're starting off, you have to have the know-how to make sure it gets done. Once you start getting team members, your job is to hold the vision. And I know like Brian Lubin's been on, I think, on this pod and friends with him, but seeing his vision and holding it is a lot of work. I used to be very, I don't want to say envious, but I used to kind of look down at the people who are like, I have this vision, I'm going to manifest and buy crystals and tell myself it's going to happen. But I realized because I was that grinder mode, and I hate like it's just like I have to make this many calls and do this many things and check, and it's like it doesn't have to be hard. So holding that vision is different work, but it's just like make people like I did comedy because like I want to make people laugh. I want to help investors. I want to help people. And so it's like a different form of value add, but it just is a different outlet. And it's just helped me meet new cool people that I would have never met elsewhere.
That's awesome, man. How's it been? Like, how many shows have you done now?
I did one house show about like 50 people. I've done about 20 open mics, applying for more showcases. I'm like 0 for 6, but still applying. But that's kind of the beauty of it. It's like I'm year one, but half of that year was like not as committed to it because it's just like grind mode. But it's just like, year one, you suck at everything. Like if you looked at your first underwriting on a deal versus like your last one, you're like, I didn't even know. Like when you bought your first house, you're like, I can make how much? And it's like, oh, you don't even like flood zones and FEMA flood maps and all this stuff. So it's just like, I went from getting laughed at, which is a mind fuck on stage, to like getting laughs. And it's just like a cool, you're just expressing yourself and having no expectations and just seeing what works.
That's so cool because I can relate. In college, right after actually it was during college, I was a ghostwriter, so I wrote for local artists. And one of our artists got signed by Akon, went on tour with some big name rappers, and then I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do my own solo show, bro. The first solo show I did, I forgot all my lyrics. It was bad. So bad. I was under 21. I had the X on my head. It was yeah.
I mean, there's been a set where I literally did 2 minutes because I forgot my whole middle after I didn't get a laugh, and you're just like, well, we'll put that in the bad pile and keep it going.
That's amazing. And also on my bucket list is to do a stand-up, like, open mic. How long are those typically? Like how many minutes?
4 minutes.
4 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna run my set by you first so you give me some critique.
Deal.
Perfect.
I'll go straight for you. I'm better at
There
punching
you
up.
go.
My girlfriend's better at storytelling. I'm set punch. So, but like the whole reason we're doing all of this is fun, right? Like multifamily. Like I wasn't going. My whole 20s was like get the experience to become financially free, and even like the net worth. So I'm in GoBundance, and once I got qualified for GoBundance, the streamers and confetti and the paparazzi and the band didn't come through. It was just me sitting at an Excel going, "Oh, I hit this net worth goal," and I'm like, I'm working a job I don't like. I'm just grinding my face off. I'm ignoring my girlfriend. I'm ignoring my health, and so it's just like there's more to life than work. If you like what you do, then like that's fine, but like do the thing that scares you, like saying a joke at an open mic. I'm going to hold you to it. You're going to do it by the end of this year, the latest. But no, like you live once. No one cares because they're all insecure about what they're worried about or their status and ego. But like, have fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's a good time.